I met Alina in the least romantic way possible over a failed Uber pool ride. I was late for a pitch meeting. She was fleeing a bad Tinder date. We ended up walking 6 city blocks in the rain, arguing over who should have cancelled the ride. Somehow, between the sarcasm and soggy shoes, I asked for her number. Alina had the kind of charm that made everyone want to sit beside her, talk to her, believe her. What I didn't realise was that her family lived in an entirely different universe. Her father, Anton Volkov, wasn't just wealthy. He was a private billionaire, one of those ghost oligarchs no journalist could pin down. I didn't even meet him until month 11. Alina always brushed him off as eccentric. I figured that meant fancy cigars and a private golf course. I had no idea. 2. The demand. It happened in his mansion, more fortress than home. A butler guided me into what I thought would be a polite sit-down. Instead, it was a dimly lit underground garage with exactly 1 chair and a row of velvet-draped vehicles I wasn't allowed to see. Anton Volkov wore a black turtleneck and silver gloves. His hair was white, buzzed short. His eyes were glacier-sharp. "You want to marry my daughter?" he said, no preamble. "Yes, sir." "Then give me the ghost phoenix." I blinked. "Excuse me?" "A car," he said, "one of one, valued at over $100 million US. You deliver it, you marry her. If not, well, you don't want to find out." I laughed. He didn't. "You've got 90 days, he said, already turning his back. "Time starts now." 3. Reality hits. I thought it was some insane joke, maybe a test of commitment. I called Alina. "He what?" she gasped. "Oh my God, I told him not to." She said she'd handle it. But that night, my apartment lock had been changed. My boss, who loved me, suddenly fired me over a vague compliance violation. My bank account? Frozen. Emails? Deleted. Even my cat's microchip was deactivated. That's how deep this man went. Anton wasn't bluffing. 4. The search for the ghost phoenix. I dove into automotive archives, crime blogs, and rumours. The ghost phoenix wasn't on any record, but whispers called it the car that bankrupted nations. It was supposedly built in the 1950s by an eccentric Polish engineer. It ran not on gas but something exotic, possibly radioactive. It had changed hands only 3 times, and each time the owner had died mysteriously. The last known sighting? A private auction in Monaco 5 years ago. No buyer listed. Only one fuzzy photo of a chrome and black beast with crimson headlights. I sold what I had left, contacted every shady collector, and followed a lead to Marrakesh. There, in an underground garage guarded by ex-French Foreign Legion mercenaries, I saw it, the Ghost Phoenix. I didn't buy it, I stole it. 5. Climax. A car with secrets. I returned to Volkov's mansion on day 89, drove the Phoenix straight into his underground lair. He appeared from the shadows, a look on his face like a starving man offered meat. "Well done," he said, circling it like a vulture. "Finally." That's when I realised it wasn't just about the car. He opened the hood, not to check the engine but to remove a panel. Hidden beneath was a false compartment. Inside, a case. He opened it. Blueprints, gold ingots, and, God help me, a tiny vial of what looked like uranium. "I've waited 40 years for this," he whispered. "My father buried it during the Warsaw betrayal. Now it's mine again." He didn't even look at me, just waved a hand. "You may marry her," he said, "if you still want to." 6. Conclusion. The choice. Alina didn't speak when I told her. She simply hugged me and said, "I'm sorry, you were never supposed to get pulled in." We eloped that night, in a small coastal town with no phones. For 3 months, we lived quietly. Then she vanished. No note, no call, just gone. Sometimes I think about the ghost phoenix and what was really inside that case. Sometimes I think she was part of it all, and sometimes, when I hear engines in the middle of the night, I wonder if Anton Volkov ever really let me go. 1. The disappearance. 3 months, that's how long our peace lasted. Alina and I had gone off-grid in a little town along the Amalfi coast, renting a villa with peeling paint and a fig tree that always bloomed too early. I cooked, she painted. We laughed like people who'd survived a war. Then, one morning, I woke up and she was gone. No note, no signs of struggle, just silence. Even her toothbrush was still there. I searched everywhere, called old contacts, hacked a few of her father's accounts. The one clue I found was a flight manifesto. A. Volkov, Berlin. She was alive, but she'd gone back. Why? The letter a week later, a package arrived for me, no return address. Inside was a single typewritten letter on cream paper. "You think I didn't know? The Ghost Phoenix was never the prize. It was the key. Now she's gone and it's your turn." The engine sings again. Listen carefully. AV, I should have burned it. Instead, I flew to Berlin. 3. The Vault Volkov had a residence in Berlin, more brutalist bunker than home. It was under surveillance by the BND, the CIA, and 2 agencies I couldn't even identify. The world knew he had something, they just didn't know what. Inside, I found what I never expected. Anton Volkov, hooked up to machines, dying. I thought you'd come, he rasped, his face sunken but still terrifying. Alina's stronger than I thought. She took the car. I froze. She what? She knew what I was after. That's why she left you. She's trying to keep it away from me. But you brought it too close, and now others are hunting her. What's in the damn car, Volkov? He smiled, blood on his teeth. Not what. Who? 4. The passenger Alina called that night, from an encrypted number, just once. If you love me, she said, don't try to find me. Too late. I was already in Zurich, following a trail of destruction. 2 bodies in a garage, their faces melted. The ghost phoenix had been spotted there, idling for 30 seconds before disappearing again. Inside a scorched apartment, I found photos. Old ones. A man, dressed in Cold War military garb. Notes in Polish. A redacted CIA document labelled Project Janus, Human Containment Vehicle. The ghost phoenix wasn't just a car, it was a prison. Something was still inside. 5. The return of the phoenix. Then came the rumours. A car glowing under moonlight, passing through mountain tunnels without headlights. Engines roaring like screams. Roads melted behind it. Towns evacuated. Alina was trying to contain it, but the car had woken up. And whatever Project Janus was, it wanted out. A former Cold War scientist, now an old man with a bunker in Ukraine, told me the truth. The car was built to hold a psychic weapon, a man whose mind could fracture electronics, ignite molecules, and kill by thought. He was sealed alive in the vehicle's core using a uranium-lined shell and something called neural crystal stasis. But over decades, the barrier weakened, and now the ghost phoenix was hungry. 6. Endgame, the burning spiral. I found Alina again, deep in a desert in Kazakhstan, where no satellite passed overhead. She looked different, hardened. She had stripped the phoenix of its outer shell. Only the inner capsule remained, pulsing like a heartbeat. He talks to me, she said, eyes hollow. He says we deserve fire. We didn't speak like lovers. We spoke like soldiers. We made a plan. Drive the phoenix into the edge of a collapsed nuclear silo, detonating it before the entity inside could fully wake. 1 chance, no second tries. We argued over who would drive. She knocked me out. When I came to, she was already inside, hair flying in the wind, the phoenix glowing red-hot, streaking across the sand like a comet toward the silo. The explosion was visible from orbit. 7. Conclusion, smoke and silence. Anton Volkov died the same night. Every hard drive in his compound melted. No trace of the phoenix remained. No Alina, no corpse. Just scorched glass where the silo once stood. They never found anything. But last week, almost a year later, I received another package. Inside, a single photo of Alina, standing beside the ghost phoenix, smiling. In the background, a road sign. New Mexico, Route 666. I don't know what's next, but if the car survived, so did he, and so did she. First Route 666. The photo haunted me. Alina standing in front of the ghost phoenix, alive, changed. The road sign behind her read New Mexico, Route 666, a stretch of highway decommissioned years ago after too many disappearances. Locals call it the Devil's Spine. GPS refuses to map it. Cell signal vanishes 10 miles out. I rented a car. Brought weapons I didn't understand, tech I wasn't licensed to use, a photo of her tucked into my coat. At mile marker 66, the engine of my car died, total electrical failure. The road went silent. Then I heard it, faint at first, a low hum, like metal remembering fire. The ghost phoenix was near. 2. The passenger. The air shimmered with heat. I walked toward the sound until I saw the car, parked in the middle of the road like it had been waiting. Alina stood beside it, barefoot, hair wind-blown, her eyes glowing faint red. I told you not to come, she said. What are you? I asked. What happened in the desert? She opened the car door. He woke up. I looked inside. The interior had changed. No steering wheel, no seats, just wires. Pulsing red vein-like tubes running through the chassis. At the centre, a core. Glass-walled, humming, filled with black smoke. He's not a man anymore, she said. Not even a mind. Just will. Janus, she nodded. He wants out. He wants a body. He can't take mine, so he's waiting for a better one. My stomach sank. Mine? No, she whispered. Yours is the backup. 3. The choice. Alina had merged with the car. She didn't drive it, she fed it. Every day she gave it memories, dreams, neural electricity. In exchange, it gave her visions, and sometimes truth. He's showing me what the world will look like, she said. No wars, no money, no pain, just fire. Absolute silence after. Alina, this isn't you. She touched my face, her hand burning hot. It is now. She offered me the keys, not to drive but to join, to enter the Phoenix and merge with Janus. With 2 minds, he'll stabilize. He won't need me anymore. I can be free. The car's engine purred. But then I saw it, the capsule. Inside, barely visible, was her. The real Alina, asleep, trapped. This thing had built a psychic clone, a facade to lure me in. This wasn't love. It was bait. 4th detonation protocol I'd prepared for this. In Zurich, I'd acquired a prototype nanite disruptor, designed to sever brain-machine links. One use, no margin for error. As Alina smiled and extended her hand, I triggered it. The Phoenix screamed. A sound no machine should make, metal crying out in betrayal. Its body split in arcs of red lightning. The clone convulsed and melted into sparks. I ran to the core, broke it open. Inside, the real Alina gasped awake, eyes wide, lungs desperate. I pulled her out, even as the car began to collapse in on itself, imploding like a dying star. We barely made it past the edge of the highway when the ghost Phoenix exploded. One last beautiful scream into the sky. 5. Conclusion, the engine never dies. That was 3 months ago. Alina recovered slowly. Her memories are fractured. She doesn't remember everything, but she remembers me. Sometimes when she dreams, she whispers things in her sleep. Equations, names, coordinates. Janus may be gone. But sometimes, in the distance, I still hear an engine that doesn't belong to any car on Earth. And in the shadows of my mind, something listens.